Eyezuzu, Eyezu, Eyeza, Eyezuza,
Eyezazu,
Eyezazu,
Eyezuza,
Eyezazuza.
Eyezuzazu.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Vice President, and his spouse, Her Excellency, Mrs. Lodina Mahama, wife of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency, our dear founder and former President of the Republic of Ghana, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, Chairman of our party, Dr. Kwabena J, General Secretary, members of the National Executive Committee, members of the Council of Elders, ministers of state, members of parliament, dear delegates, supporters, sympathizers of our party, all hearing assembled, I would want us to begin by observing a minute of perfect silence for all our activists and party members who are not here with us today, but have been called to heaven, including our dear departed late President, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. If you would all rise, let's observe a minute silence for all of them. Please, let's have perfect silence. Those blowing the vuvuzelas, give us a minute of silence. May the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a short address because the sun is beating quite hard today and several of our delegates are sitting in the scorching sun. And I want to make these few remarks so that we can get the business of Congress going as quickly as possible. And that is the business of selecting a flag bearer to lead us into the elections of December 2012. At the end of the process, if God's favor shines on me and you give me your overwhelming endorsement, I will give an acceptance speech that contains a lot of what I want to say today. And so today, I'm just going to comment on two things, and then we can get on with our business. But let me first thank the people of the Ashanti region for the very warm welcome you have given us to Kumasi since yesterday. I arrived at the airport yesterday, and the people of Ashanti and Kumasi were there in their numbers to receive us. And after we left the airport, all the important chiefs of the Ashanti-Man Council held a grand durbar to receive us on the 9th leg of the thank you tour that we have been involved in, thanking the people of Ghana for the very warm sympathy that they gave us upon the tragic and untimely death of our late President, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. After the Durbar, driving through the streets of Kumasi, I felt a very, very warm sense of belonging. I felt at home. I'm no stranger to Kumasi, but I was overwhelmed by the love that was shown to me by the people of Kumasi. This morning, our delegates have come from all over the country to the Ashanti region, to Kumasi, and again, all along the routes leading to the stadium. The people of Kumasi have shown us a very warm welcome. And so on your behalf, I want to say a very big thank you to them. May God bless Ashanti. Fellow countrymen and women, as His Excellency Jerry Rawlings will say, my brothers and sisters, as His Excellency Professor Mills will say, fellow Akatamansonians, we all know why we've gathered here today. We have gathered here for an extraordinary Delegates Congress. And this Congress has been convened as a result of the tragic events that unfolded in our country over the last few weeks. Just last December, you wouldn't have forgotten that we convened in Sunyani for a Delegates Congress to elect our flag bearer. And at that Congress, we gave a resounding endorsement to our late President, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. We look forward in confidence to him leading us to continue to roll out the Better Ghana agenda under his leadership and to lead us gallantly into the elections of December 2012 and win another victory that God has favored us with. Unfortunately, this was not to be. On July 24th, a day I remember with a lot of regret, death laid its icy hands on our president and the flag bearer of our party, the late Asumdrehene Professor John Evans Atta Mills. It is the result of this event that has made us convene here again to endorse a flag bearer to lead us into the elections of 2012. It is said that in adversity, there is opportunity. In adversity, there is opportunity. God has been good to our party, the NDC. And in all things, we must remember to give thanks to God and to show appreciation for the favor that He has bestowed on us. Following our divine victory in 2008, and I say divine because a lot of us had lost hope, a lot of us were in despair that we will emerge the winners of that election. But God worked in mysterious ways. And for the first time in this country, we voted 3 times on 3 separate occasions before Professor John Evans Atta Mills was declared the winner of the last election. God's hand was at work in that victory. Unfortunately, after that victory, we have not managed our disagreements in a manner that shows appreciation for God's favor. Disagreements, they are bound to be in any human organization. God created us in diversity. He gave us different characteristics. He gave us different features. He gave us different thoughts. And so we can't expect that in any human organization, everybody will think the same. There are bound to be disagreements. But it is how we manage those disagreements that will determine whether an organization is successful or it fails. And I have said that in the past, we have not managed those disagreements the way we should in appreciation for what God has done for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Mills has paid the ultimate price. Professor Mills has paid the ultimate price. And his death opens a new door of opportunity for the National Democratic Congress. His death opens a new door of opportunity for our great party, the National Democratic Congress. And I wish to pledge with your mandate that as your leader, I will do everything on my honor, I pledge, to open that door of opportunity and re-cement the bonds of unity that held us together in the National Democratic Congress. I will do everything to restore the hope and the confidence that the members of our party and this country have in the leadership of the NDC. I noted the resounding cheers that you gave our founder when he entered this arena. I noted the resounding cheers that you gave him anytime his name was mentioned. Those cheers that you have given send a very strong message and a very strong signal that the rank and file of our party is not happy with the state of disunity that exists in the party. Those resounding cheers that you gave send a strong signal that the rank and file of our party have had enough of the schism that exists in our party. Those cheers that you gave send a signal to the leadership that you want an exorcism of the bad blood and bitterness that has existed in our party. And I pledge to you that I'm going to work with you in order that the NDC becomes the united, strong, and confident party that it should be. I've been in politics for quite a while. And so I don't delude myself for 1 minute that the mere presence of our founder here means that the disagreements that have plagued our party are over. I am not that politically naive to assume that his mere presence here means that all the challenges our party faces are over. We have to work together to change and consolidate that symbolism of him being here to translate it into concrete action to bring our party together again and heal the wounds that have divided us. His presence here is a mere first step on a long journey towards making the NDC, the party that it's supposed to be, the greatest party in this country, Ghana. I'd like on your behalf, therefore, and on my own behalf, my personal behalf, to extend our warmest greetings, our warmest welcome, and our warmest gratitude to the founder of our party, Excellency President Jerry John Rawlings. He has gone to through personal inconvenience to be with us here today. As I speak, he is supposed to be traveling to Addis Ababa, to Somalia, and then also to attend the funeral of the late President, Prime Minister Meles Zenawi. But he considered this Congress to be important, and so he's taking personal time, delayed his travel to be here with us today. And so on your behalf, I wish to say a very warm thank you to him. The next issue I want to address is the issue of elections. It is not at every function that we have the foot soldiers and activists of our party coming from all nooks and crannies of this country assembled together in one place. And so today, if we have our delegates from all the constituencies, electoral constituencies of this country, it is important that I give you a message and send you back with a message. And this message is in two parts. The first part is that as a result of the unfortunate loss of our flag bearer, we have been late in kickstarting our campaign. And so we have just 3 months and 1 week to the national election. What does that mean? It means that we must put in extra hard work, and that we must work harder than we have worked in any election that we have participated in before. But I know and I trust in the great Akatamansonian foot soldiers and warriors. And I know that you are going to deliver this victory in the December election, inshallah, and by the grace of God. The second part of that message is the message of peace. Our late leader was called the Asumdwe Hene, and he was not called Asumdwe Hene for nothing. He was the embodiment of peace. And so I send you back with a message of peace. When two football teams are playing, the team that is confident of victory wants the match to progress to a successful end without any incidents. The team that is not confident of winning want to disrupt the match at every possible opportunity. We in the NDC are confident of our victory, and so we want the march to progress in peace and arrive at a successful end. And we know that by the grace of God, at the end of that march, we're going to emerge victorious, and as the party that will lead Ghana on. And so I make a commitment to peaceful elections, and I ask you to send the message back that let us be vigilant. Let us be vigilant, but not violent. Exercise vigilance and not violence. This election is not an all die be die. This election is not an all die be die. It's going to be the sixth successful election Ghana has, and Ghana will continue to be the beacon of hope and democracy in Africa. And so be vigilant, but not violent. God has granted us his favor, and like the biblical Joshua, he is walking with us, and he is going to take us across the Jordan River to the promised land, Canaan. To end my address, I want to disagree with my friend and brother Bernard Mona, and unfortunately to also disagree with my own General Secretary. By the grace of God, and with God by our side, there will be no second round. It is going to be a one-touch victory. So anytime you see me raise my index finger, it means one touch. And so, apologies to MTN. I leave you with this slogan. When I say NDC, you say, it go be k. I'm not very good at twisting my mouth, but for those of you who can do it, when I say NDC, say go be keke. NDC. 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 God bless you all.
NDC. Igo be keke. One touch. Mr. President, we only can be grateful and thankful for the inspiring words and hope that our foot soldiers will go back determined to win their polling stations and ballot boxes and to ensure a one-time victory. Let me acknowledge Excellency Kwabnachre, former Deputy Minister of Education, now Ambassador. Let me acknowledge the regional chairman of Ashanti, Yao Bimpe, who is here sitting by the Chief of Staff, Danny Annan, the Vice Chairman of the party, and most importantly, Alhaji Asuma Banda, member of the Council of State, is also here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, where we have reached, we are going into the second phase of Congress. I will be handing over to the chairman of the party's electoral committee, Honorable Ken Jirasa,